and you're ready to hear about our next secret little spot.
Secret?
Well, okay, it's not such a big secret, but I can give you a few little hints. Tell you that it's an hour and a half, 2 hours away from Darwin, and it's only become a national park since 1984. Before then, it was a tin and copper mine, cattle property, a few other things. But since 1984, it's actually become a very well-known national park.
Yes, now I wonder if anyone knows what it is.
I'm betting a few people do by now.
So Litchfield National Park is another one of our favourite spots. It's a little different to Kakadu National Park. So Litchfield National Park is a high elevated sandstone area. And what's interesting about it is because it is elevated, there is quite a few waterfalls and swimming holes in there.
Yeah, and it's quite the contrast to Kakadu because Kakadu, well, let's face it, you'd probably be a little bit crazy to swim in most places in Kakadu.
Yeah, there's only about one or two that you could swim there,
yeah. But Litchfield National Park, I dare you not to jump into some of these water holes. They're beautiful, they're inviting, and importantly, in the dry season in particular, they're crocodile free.
I know, I was just thinking, we've been showing a couple of snaps of the old snappy, the saltwater crocodiles through this, and now we're telling people to go swimming.
But it's beautiful and you should go swimming there.
Yeah.
Because as people may not know, even in winter up this top end, it still gets pretty warm, and particularly if you're from other parts of the world where you're used to cooler climates. Now when it's 30 plus degrees, it's pretty good to jump in these water holes.
Yeah, so being winter, like Kakadu, we want to travel to this area between May and September for majority of people. Now what actually happens in these areas during the dry season, so winter, is that the rangers come in and they check the areas for crocodiles before they're opened for swimming. So even though we're telling you to go swimming, if you see big signs everywhere, don't swim, and no one is, don't. So what happens is the rangers check the areas to make sure that there's no crocs left in from the wet season. They bait and trap and check that there's none remaining. And
no crocodiles are harmed.
No, they're relocated. And then it's opened for swimming. Now what we love is swimming at the bottom of waterfalls, like Wongi Falls.
Yeah.
Do you remember that one?
And there's beautiful walks down to these waterfalls in Litchfield National Park. Most of them are easily accessible for any fitness level. There are one or two that take a little bit longer.
So Wongi is the falls that is really right by the car park. It's just a couple of steps and you can get straight in there, which is good for those that don't really like steps. You know my other favourite spot?
No.
You don't?
I do not.
Bully Rock Hole. So that's the one. That's the cascading water and it bubbles all over you. Do you remember that place?
How could you forget?
How many times has that been my office?
She's not joking.
So we probably should just let people know where Litchfield National Park is. We've been talking about
Might be handy.
So as Russ mentioned, it's about an hour and a half, 2 hours away from Darwin. Again, it's popular for those that are just doing an experience around the top end, or if you're heading off to another place like Brisbane or Adelaide. Now, you can get to Litchfield National Park on a sealed road. You turn off the Stuart Highway and go in past Bachelor, as you can see here on the map. Now, there is an unsealed section at the far end of Litchfield National Park, which does create a loop back around to Berry Springs actually. Don't try and attempt that one in your motorhome. It's pretty corrugated and there's a little section that's really not suitable for your motorhome at all. It gets a bit flooded during the wet season.
Yeah, but don't worry, provided you can find your way to Litchfield National Park, you'll never get lost because there's compasses everywhere. They're known as the magnetic termite mounts.
Oh yeah.
So the reason I say they're a compass everywhere is every one of them are built in a north-south axis. So you always know which direction you're travelling in.
It looks like a graveyard there, doesn't it? So you might be wondering whether you want a two-wheel drive camper or a four-wheel drive camper when you go into Litchfield National Park.
My first question.
So, majority of the areas, or all the areas we're talking about today, are on a sealed road, but there are a couple of spots that are four-wheel drive only. And so if you're into that, you might just want to take a four-wheel drive, but most people wouldn't really worry about that.
Yeah, I don't think it's needed for Litchfield, unless you particularly want to go onto the dirt roads, but there is so much to see and do there without the full drive camper.
Yeah, Oh, we should actually tell people about the camping too, Russell.
Yeah, well, it's important to know where you're going to stay when you visit these places, isn't it?
Yes.
So at Litchfield, there's national park camping,
Yep.
but you do have to be, I suppose, aware that it's first in, first served. So and spots are limited, and it is a busy park.
Yep.
So you're not necessarily guaranteed, but if you are lucky enough to get the national park camping, you're going to be nice and close to Belinda's favourite,
Oh, yeah.
Louis Rockhole, or one of the other waterfalls that are there. There's also a few commercial camps that are just outside of the park. Very nice places. In fact, when we're on tours, that's where we
stay at Litchfield Tourist Park.
Yeah, the one closest to the national park entrance, and really nice people, great facilities. And these commercial parks, unlike the national park camping, you know, you've got your power there if you need it.
Yep.
You've got facilities, you've got all those luxuries that sometimes you want if you're on the road for a little while.
That was good, just remembering about the old Litchfield National Park, wasn't it?
It was. It's quite a different environment to Kakadu,
Yeah.
and it's beautiful, and you get to go for those refreshing swims, which is always awesome.
Yeah, and I can't believe there's no entry fee to get into Litchfield National Park either.
No, and sealed roads, most of the way, and really convenient and easy for everyone to get around.
Yeah, so for a lot of people, they probably spend about a day in Litchfield National Park, or perhaps 2 days, depending how you're going with your timing. Definitely recommend doing Kakadu and Litchfield. As you can see, they're so different.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Absolutely.
And what some people do is they might call in at Berry Springs on their way, which is an old wreck camp from World War II.
Oh yeah, and
Yeah.
what would you go there for?
You can go there to swim and picnic, so not able to actually camp or anything
Yeah.
there. But it's just another place. When you're in the top end, it's so wonderful to be able to swim. I think that's one of the highlights for people, apart from happy hour, of course. But swimming, I think, in the top end is something that's quite memorable for a lot of people.
Yeah. So we hope you enjoyed our reminiscing of Litchfield National Park, and great area to do as you're travelling around Kakadu National Park. And really, I think one of our most popular vehicles there is the 2-berth toilet and shower option. Great for couples, great for people on a budget, and when you see the layout, you can see why it is so popular for so many.
Yes, that's right. If you'd like to see more information on any of the motorhomes you've seen through today's happy hour chat, you can take a peek at our website or give us a shout and we'll show you more information and have a chat to find out what you're looking for in a motorhome. One of our motorhomes is the popular Maui and Brett's style 2-berth with a toilet and shower on board. It packs a huge punch as it's 7 metres long, has an external barbecue, and the front seats rotate so you can keep your bed made up during the day. If you just want to pop onto our website, if you want, you can watch a video that goes into a lot more detail on this specific layout. Or let us know and we can shoot you through the link. We'd have to say that this specific layout is one of our favourites and it's very popular with our clients too.
So that's it for the first Gallivanting Oz Happy Hour Tales with Russell and Belinda. We hope you enjoyed it and we look forward to your feedback. And don't forget, if there's areas that you'd like us to cover in our next Happy Hour Tales, please let us know. Or if you want to hear more about the tips that we use when we're travelling around Australia, join us for the next one.
That's right. So yes, my team and myself are standing by and we're happy to answer those questions. But you might also be ready to actually get some information on motorhome hire. Perhaps you already know where you're going. Drop us a note and we'll give you an idea of pricing. And in other good news, if you're interested in our escorted motorhome tours, let us know. So thanks again for watching and happy travels.
Till next time.